Well, Rural LISC and Northern Trust are announcing the Growing Rural Communities Fund. It's a new financing tool that will pump capital into distressed rural communities for jobs and growth. Joining us now from our Washington, D.C. News Bureau is Program Vice President with Rural LISC, Suzanne Anarde. Suzanne, thanks for joining us once again. We appreciate your time today.
Thanks, Janet. I appreciate being here.
So tell us, how did this new program come about?
Well, LISC applies for New Markets tax credits every year, and we have a set aside for rural. And in the past, we've invested the entire amount of tax credits into one project in a rural community or region, creating jobs. And in the last year or two, we have seen an increase in smaller projects that could greatly benefit from this type of financing. So we sat down with Northern Trust and put together the Growing Rural Communities Loan Fund so that we could use the benefit of those New Markets tax credits and spread them across the nation and impact more rural communities.
So how exactly will this help the small businesses, of course, nonprofits and low-income rural communities? How do they put this to use?
So it's a really affordable and flexible tool. For every dollar of tax credit, there's usually about $8 of private investment. So it's a great public-private partnership. And we can lend from $250,000 to $2.5 million. It's a 2% loan product, and it's a 7-year term. Right now, we have already approved our first project, which is a $400,000 investment in a senior center in Roseburg, Oregon. We have a couple in West Virginia that we're looking at that are in the $300,000 to $400,000 range. And then we also have a $2.5 million facility that we're looking at in New Mexico. That's a food hub and a commercial kitchen where individuals or entrepreneurs can come and cook and package and distribute their items.
And what type of loans are accessible to these nonprofits and small communities?
The Growing Rural Community Funds is, of course, one. And they can also access funds from their community banks, who we partner with as well. We have another loan fund that they can access. It's a CDFI, Community Development Financial Institution. So we have some loan funds that are a variety, very creative, very usable for nonprofits. And we also just received an allocation of $20 million in USDA community facilities funds that we'll be deploying, and those are 40-year loans. So the terms are amazing.
Suzanne, just one final question for you. How could viewers in these communities, how could they learn more?
You can go to our website, www.lisc.org/rural, or you can Google us and reach out to any of our staff, and we'll lead you to the right direction, to the right person.
All right. Thank you very much, Suzanne. We certainly appreciate your time once again. Program Vice President with Rural LISC, Suzanne Anarde, joining us from our Washington, D.C. News Bureau. Now, Rural LISC is a national program of the Local Initiatives Support Corporation.